Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Brussels meeting with officials from NATO countries to discuss regional security. He met with the Belgian foreign minister this morning, where he condemned the atrocities committed in Bucha. He blamed the civilian deaths on Russian forces. Nancy Cordes is joining us with more on how other world leaders are reacting this morning. Nancy, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Vlad. Good morning, Anne-Marie. You know, all of these horrific images that we are seeing coming out of Ukraine, particularly from areas like Bucha, are really forcing world leaders like the ones gathered there at NATO to try and get more specific about how exactly it is that they plan to hold Russian leaders accountable for these war crimes they say they're committing. The Ukrainian president, Vladimir Zelensky, is now urging them to convene an international war crimes tribunal, similar to the Nuremberg trials that were set up after World War II to punish the Nazis.
They killed entire families, adults and children.
An anguished Volodymyr Zelensky, just back from Bucha, accused Russian troops of gunning down hundreds of defenseless Ukrainian civilians for pleasure.
Show all the other potential war criminals in the world how they will be punished.
An independent tribunal is one option under consideration now that leaders from several European nations have accused Russia of committing war crimes.
What we've seen in Bucha is not the random act of a rogue unit. It's a deliberate campaign to kill, to torture, to rape, to commit atrocities.
And U.S. officials warn the atrocities are still ongoing.
Reports indicate that Russian federal security agents are confiscating passports and IDs, taking away cell phones, and separating families from one another. I do not need to spell out what these so-called filtration camps are reminiscent of.
Susanna Sakotu is the director of the War Crimes Research Office at American University.
Which atrocities that we've seen in Ukraine would likely be considered war crimes?
Indiscriminate attacks and attacks deliberately targeting civilians. We've seen Russian forces destroying apartment buildings, schools, hospitals, including a maternity hospital, infrastructure, civilian vehicles, shopping centers, a theater, ambulances. So there's many war crimes.
And yet Russian leaders still deny targeting civilians in Bucha or anywhere else. President Biden is expected to announce more sanctions on the Russians today, including cutting off new investments in Russia. And there are also reports, Vlad and Anne-Marie, that Vladimir Putin's daughters, his adult daughters, will be targeted financially as a result of these sanctions.
You know, Nancy, I'm almost sort of surprised that they haven't already been on the list. I want to break out my thesaurus, because I don't know how many different ways you can talk about how severe these sanctions are supposed to be. We've talked about crippling sanctions, severe sanctions, coordinated sanctions. It hasn't slowed down Vladimir Putin. What is the expectation that the type of impact that these sanctions are supposed to have now?
Well, they're looking to tighten the screws any way they can. There are always more banks, more lenders, more industries that you can sanction, cut off spending from the West. The problem is, Anne-Marie, that everyone acknowledges that the best way to really rattle Vladimir Putin and to cripple his economy would be to cut off exports of oil and gas from Russia. That is their number one export. The problem is that there are so many nations around the world, particularly European nations, U.S. allies, that themselves would be devastated by that move, that it's been a third rail that no one has wanted to touch up until now. Sure, the U.S. has said that it is not going to buy any more oil and gas from Russia for now. But if you're a European nation that relies on Russia for 50% of your energy, going from one day to the next to turning off that spigot would just be devastating for so many industries, not to mention individuals. How do they heat their homes? How do they run their cars? cars. And so what you've got is a bunch of world leaders trying to figure out ways that they can kind of work around the edges and buy themselves some time to look for other sources of oil and gas and perhaps more slowly ramp down their usage of Russian oil and gas rather than flipping the switch from one day to the next.
Yeah, slowly, but already too late, I think, for many Ukrainians. But, you know, it's true that Russian oil and gas is basically funding this war. And if you can't turn that off, you're not going to turn the money off. Nancy, thank you very much.
You're welcome.